At what point do you get caught and you said, it's done? When was that?
That was late November 2006. I had moved to Nashville. And
Nashville, like you're trying to find the church because there's the capital of Bible Belt, you know, in America. You going to church trying to be a Christian or?
I'm just trying to, listen, I just like country music.
Yeah.
So I go to Nashville and I buy a bunch of houses in an area and I start the whole thing over again. I think I borrowed like $3.5 million or something like 2.5 million. I forget what they said. They said 3.5 million. I think it was only like 2.5. So I borrowed some money and I'm at that point I'm dating a girl and she and I end up seeing another girl and my girlfriend ends up finding out who I am, pleads with me not to leave because I was like, oh, you know who I am, I gotta leave. But we're living together, we're in love, I think it's okay. She ends up confiding in the other girl turns me in.
Got it.
Secret Service shows up, they arrest me.
When you say the other girl, is this like a three-way relationship?
Yeah.
Okay, got it.
So I end up getting grabbed. I get, you know, it was bad. I mean, we knew Dateline was coming out. By that point, all these articles had come out.
Dateline about you, about what you're doing.
Right.
Okay.
Dateline did 2 one-hour specials on me. One before I was arrested and then one after I was arrested. Once I'd been arrested, the U.S. attorney came to me and said, we want you to do an interview with Dateline, be interviewed by them. And they said they'd consider it substantial assistance. I mean, you've interviewed guys before, so you know what substantial assistance is. You know, it's cooperation with the government. Substantial assistance means you cooperated with the government, which led to an arrest or a conviction. So she told my lawyer, I will consider this substantial assistance. Because by the time I get caught, everybody's already told on me. People have gone to jail. There's a whole bunch of people that haven't gone to jail, but I'm definitely ready to cooperate. I'm ready to do anything. I'm looking at a huge sentence. So
have they caught you when Dateline called you or no, not yet?
No, when they caught me and within a month or two, Dateline's episode came out.
Oh, okay, I got it.
I was leaving the country because I knew it was coming out.
Where were you going to go to?
I was going to go to Australia because at that point, if you showed up in Australia with really
$300,000?
a couple $100,000,
Yeah,
$200,000-300,000,
citizen, yeah.
you became it wasn't even at that point. It was a citizen if you wanted to be fingerprinted and run. You could be a non-resident alien. You were allowed to buy property. You were allowed to start a business.
Like Panama. Very interesting.
Right.
Australia.
Right.
Yeah.
So I got a driver. I got to be there. I couldn't get a job, but I could hire Aussies. I could buy property. So if you show up with just a few $100,000, so that was 15 years ago.
Who else went to Australia? Jordan Belfort also went to Australia.
I did hear that. I did hear that.
Very interesting. So obviously Jordan Belfort has been. We done a couple things together. I was on his, he was on our thing,
right.
Telling the story. So your plan was to go to Australia,
right.
To do that, but then they catch you here.
They grabbed me. I mean, that's what prompted it. We were pulling out cash. One of the things that prompted a conversation between my girlfriend and this other girl, we're asking her to cash checks, help us some cash, and she says, what happened? And so that causes the thing, look, here's what's happening. Dateline's coming out, here's who he is. He's got to get out of the country. She calls the Secret Service. So we're thinking we're all good. She's thinking, I can get rid of this guy and end up with this girlfriend. So what happens is I get arrested. They swoop in, they arrest me. A few months later, Dateline does come out. It was called The Thief of Hearts. Becky had already been captured. Becky had been captured already a year before me.
Becky's already in.
She's already in. And the whole thing is based on Becky and an interview with Becky saying, oh, he's a horrible guy, he's manipulative, he did this, he did that. So that comes out. Then the U.S. attorney says, they want to interview you. We want you to be interviewed. And my lawyer's like, look, they're going to make you look bad, but they'll consider it substantial assistance, they'll reduce your sentence. She said, you got to do it. You're basically done. So by that point, I go and I do the interview. Just before I'm sentenced, we're thinking they're going to reduce my sentence, give me a 5K1 and reduce my sentence. They say, yeah, it's really not enough. But you said you'd consider substantial assistance, and the U.S. attorney said, we did consider it, and it's not enough. Motherfucker. So I get 26 years. I go to prison.
Prison?
I went to a medium security prison. The day I got there, a guy got stabbed on the rec yard. Guys are getting beat down with locks.
Did you ever get beat down like that?
Never had a problem, ever. Had only fight I ever had or issue I ever had was in the low. In the medium, I never had a problem. Within a few weeks of me being there, I started teaching the real estate class. The guy that was teaching it didn't want to do it anymore. He wanted to do legal work. So he asked if I'd do it. I started teaching it. Well, I had a great class. And it was the medium, so you could be pretty open with what you talked about. So I had a great class. Guys are walking around the compound. Hey, Cox, what's going on? Hey, man, how's it going? What's going on? Hey, I mean, huge, massive guys. Everybody's very happy.
They're protecting you? Were they protecting you?
Well,
or
it wasn't that I needed to be protected. I didn't talk to anybody. You know what it was like? It was like being a non-enemy combatant. Like literally, there's stuff going on all around you. My head's down. I go to the unit. I go to work. I taught GED, and then I go and I teach the real estate class. Guys want to know about certain things. I'll meet you in the library. I can go over stuff with you. We take notes. We do scenarios. It lasts about an hour, once or twice a week. Everything's great.